We have a saying here in our community and with our organization and everything we do called game day every day. It's not a slogan. It's not a mantra. What it is, it's a promise. And it's a promise that every single day we will approach like game day. Whether it's the day that we're hosting the national championship now, or whether it's the day we're preparing for it. We're going to prepare for it over the next 1,000+ days. And this community has our true commitment that we will prepare and we will work hard to make you proud and to meet and exceed the college football playoff group's expectations. There's just so many people that are involved in an effort like this, in an effort that's ranged for not just the last few months, but for the last several years. I tell you, there's a young man, 80 years young now. I think he's in attendance somewhere. Leonard Levy, are you around by any chance? Tell you what, without Leonard, there would not be announcements like today. And I'll keep the story to myself, but I'll tell you, there's a time in every process where you call closers in. And we made a call to the bullpen, and my man Leonard helped bring this thing home. So we certainly appreciate it, Leonard. Also have a couple other folks from our board I'd love to specifically reference as well. Jeff Adams, Bill Wickett. These are guys that are in the trenches with us every single day. They probably cringe every time my phone number pops up via text or on the phone, and they're guys, along with our entire board, that just rally behind efforts like this and make them a reality. I'd love to give our board of directors a round of applause for the Sports Commission. We've been fortunate to have some great announcements lately, but this I want to take just a moment to thank our staff. These are, there's 5 of us, I believe, 5 of us, that just have an incredible team effort. And I love every one of these people to death. They're all the best at what they do in the country. I've got a guy who's been with us 9 years now, who's my best friend and truly an incredible asset for the community, Jason Augie. And more importantly than the staff, though, each and every one will tell you, is their families. Because without their families, like my wife and kids and Courtney Augie and their son Bryce and Mike Lessinger, all of them allow us to do what we do to be able to make things like this happen. So thanks for all of our families as well. A lot of folks involved in the bid committee. I won't name them all, but certainly an incredible effort. A couple other folks, USF, phenomenal in the effort, Doug Woolard and company, Joe Lapano at the airport, Bob Morrison with the Hotel Motel Association, so many different people, all of our volunteers. You're going to hear, and I'll introduce each of them individually here as well, from really what's the crux of our bid. And just one other folks, one other entity, organization, family that you gotta thank and means everything to us. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Glazer family. These guys do not get the credit they deserve in making things like this happen. There's no other organization, if you could pick any in the country, that you want to go to battle with for an event like this than the Glazer families. The Glazer family. I tell you, it's an organization over the last decade plus that has quietly given our organization over $1 million. And without money like that, we can't make an economic and social impact like the ones we've been talking today. Thank you, Brian. Up next, I'm going to introduce a guy who has been involved in the effort the last, I tell you, it's probably 3 years. He was one of the original guys that came to us and said, hey, with this playoff discussion, we need to be bearing down and starting to talk about what a national championship game would mean to our community. And he's a guy I talk to probably once or twice a day as well. But I want to bring up Ken Hagan from the Hillsborough Board of County Commissioners.
Well, thanks, Rob. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't think there's any question that our community is on fire. Last week, We were awarded the 2016 NCAA Frozen Four, and now today, the 2017 College Football National Championship game. Thanks to Rob Higgins and the Sports Commission, it really is game day every day here in Tampa and Hillsborough County. The National Championship game is a tremendous opportunity for us to showcase our community and really show the world what we already know. And that's that we live in a remarkably special place that is a must-see destination. When you consider all of the major announcements that have occurred in recent months, there's no way to deny that there exists an incredibly special dynamic in our community. Corporate expansions by USAA and Amazon, each over 1,000 jobs and several $100 million in capital investments. IFA and Bollywood, the International Indian Film Academy Awards. First time this event's ever been held in North America. It's right here in Tampa next year. The 2015 Women's Final Four. The 2016 Men's Frozen Four. And now today being awarded the 2017 College Football National Championship game. You talk about being on a roll. When the NCAA and when the College Football Playoff Committee considers where to host these world-class events, and when businesses across the country are considering where to locate, they can't help but notice the excitement and enthusiasm here in Tampa Bay. And a major reason why Tampa continues to be awarded these major expansions and world-class events is due to the unprecedented levels of cooperation and collaboration between the county, the city, and all of our economic partners. This collaboration is manifesting itself economically, in job creation, and in improving quality of life for our community. Now, Tampa knows how to host Super Bowls, and I know everyone in this room recognizes that. I personally feel better that we do it better than every other city out there, and that certainly contributed to us being awarded this game. Having attended 4 national championship games in 3 different cities, I can tell you that the energy and enthusiasm surrounding this game is palpable and not dissimilar to that of a Super Bowl. There'll be many events leading up to that our residents can attend and participate in, whether they actually attend the game or not. Our city will once again be on the international stage. The media exposure will be immeasurable, and the economic impact from the direct spending, room nights, jobs created, and revenue generated cannot be underscored enough. Previous host studies, and you heard the one city mention it during the conference call, but the previous host studies reflect an economic impact in the $200 to $300 million range. And the indirect economic benefit from the exposure generated from this event will pay dividends for years to come. Rob, not sure, there you are. Don't know how you do it, but you continue to raise the bar. And we have a long way to go before 2017, but on behalf of my colleagues on the Hillsborough County Commission, we pledge to work closely with the Sports Commission and City, and we will work our butts off to roll out the red carpet, welcome our guests with open arms, and I'm confident we will make this the best national championship event ever. I only hope that my Gators have returned to dominance by then, and that I'll be able to attend my 5th national championship game. Thank you, everyone.
There's a guy in the front row that probably disagree with that. Doug, we're going to get these Bulls in there in 3 years, right? Up next, from one leader, transitioning from one leader to the next. Here's a guy, I don't know how it operates in other cities. I've only lived here, thankfully. I've really enjoyed our time here. But my guess is in other cities, a lot of times when there's efforts like this, there's maybe a mayor that says, report back to me on this, report back to me on that. We have a mayor here, who's right side by side with us in all the meetings, rolls up his sleeves, and helps get things done. Up next, Mayor Buckhorn.
I think the only person prouder than Rob right now are his mom and dad who are sitting right there. Congratulations, your son did a good job. And to you, young lady and young man, your daddy did a great job. And by the time this game comes, you're going to have your teeth. To all of you, thank you very much, Rob, and to you and your amazing staff. This is a great day for Tampa. Whoever would have thought, Leonard, some 30 years ago when you and your brother had the dream that this could be a big league community and a place where Super Bowls would want to come, a place that in intercollegiate athletics that we would be recognized as a destination. Well, here we are some 30 years later, and thanks to the hard work of folks like Leonard and George Levy and the mayors that came before me and the boosters in this community that had that vision and believed that we could be something bigger than what we were at the time. We, again, stood up. We didn't ask anybody's permission. We went out there and we executed a plan, and we did exactly what we knew we were capable of doing. And that was to compete with any city in the country for any event and be successful. If you think about what has occurred over the last 3 years or so, and you think about the electricity that now courses through the veins of this community, and if you think about how contagious this spirit has been, the contagious spirit that everyone in this community is feeling now, that we are unstoppable, that we really don't have to ask anybody's permission anymore, that we can do anything we set our minds to. We did it a year ago when we hosted the Republican National Convention, when the eyes of the world was watching this community, when there were those who expected us to fail, when we stood up and executed the second most viewed television event in the entire world in the face of a hurricane and did it flawlessly and set the standard for how these major events should run. I couldn't have been prouder of this community during that week, and I know that we are going to do the very same thing again as we host this college championship. This community is on a roll, folks. I hope you feel it like I do. This is our time to really rise to the level that we know we are capable of being. We can compete with anybody out there. We can play on that international stage. We can win events like this. We can execute. We do it without drama. We get the job done, and the end result is they talk about this community all over the world. And it's not just about the dollars and cents. It's about the media impressions. RNC generated 10 billion impressions of this community as a result of the job that we did. This game will do the same thing for us. So we want more. We want it faster. We don't sleep. We're going to bid for more stuff, Rob.
You're right.
And we're going to win. And we're going to be up here again and again and again telling Tampa's story of why this is an amazing American city. Congratulations to all of you that made this happen. To Brian and to Doug, thank you for being our partners on this. Leonard, we made you proud. Thanks for being there in the beginning. Our best chapters are still ahead of us. Thanks, everybody.
Another core to our bid is obviously the place to play, and we're sitting in it right now. What a phenomenal venue in Raymond James Stadium. I'd like to welcome up to the stage Eric Hart, President and CEO of the Tampa Sports Authority, and a phenomenal community partner on this bid effort.
First off, I'd like to thank the selection committee. They definitely got it right. Tampa is going to do a wonderful job on this. I'd like to thank my staff, Mickey Farrell and his staff, for putting together a great bid package for Rob to hopefully help this. I'd like to thank Rob and his talented staff. They've been instrumental in attracting these huge events throughout the Tampa Bay, and I congratulate him for all of his successful efforts that are really helping Tampa. Thanks again, Rob. This facility has hosted Super Bowls, USF, the Buccaneers, major concerts, international events, and we're going to strive to make sure that this is another great event for Tampa. We've been providing sports and entertainment to Tampa for decades, and we're really happy to be a part of this big piece of college football history. My staff, everything we'll do will be about this event over the next few years to really make this a success for our community. We look forward to working with Rob, the entire commission staff, the county, the city, and everybody involved in this, and look forward to this being one of the best events here in Tampa ever. Thanks.
Up next, another phenomenal community partner for us. He's a new guy on the block here, but he's certainly a familiar face, having been with City of Tampa Special Events team, and already he's off to a great start. A big part of this effort here, Santiago Carrada with Visit Tampa Bay.
being the last guy on the program, what do you say? So I asked the mayor for some tips, and he said, just say the end, but I won't say that. While it's still cold and frigid in other parts of the country, this destination is hot, hot, hot. Another great announcement, and it's because we really do have the total package here. From the great venue, from the great private sector support, great hotels, amazing restaurants, the venues like the convention center and our attractions. We know how to do it right here. We come together. It will be a phenomenal college football national championship game. And if you think of the slew of events coming to our destination, Bollywood in 14, Women's Final Four in 15, Men's Frozen Four in 16, and now a Collegiate National Championship in 17, the media impressions will be off the chart. So again, Rob mentioned that he's got a 5-member team. We work every day closely with them. It feels like 500, not 500. They are the best in the business, led by Rob, our sports commission with their board, just second to none. They nail it every time, the creativity, the dedication, the work that goes into it, and it is time to get to work, Rob. So I will say the end, turn it back over to you, and time to get to work.